So I'm going to give you all some tips on how to make a really great audio or video recording for the upcoming assignment. It seems pretty self-explanatory, but there are a lot of weird little finicky things involved that you probably don't think of when you're just first conceiving the idea of doing a video or sound project. So I want to make sure those are all on your radars because I want you all to do a really awesome job with this. So there are 5 tips that I'm going to give you. We'll go through them one by one, but I'll map them out for you right now. First, play to your strengths. Second, have a plan. Third, have a good workspace. 4, eliminate distractions, which is kind of shooting off number 3. And then 5, be confident. So number 1, which is play to your strengths. If you are uncomfortable doing a video recording, then don't do a video recording, because I know that it can be really freaky to sit in front of the camera like I am now. Like, I'm having minor heart palpitations right now, but I figured that this would be something better said to you by an actual human rather than my disembodied voice. So I decided to roll with the discomfort. If you want to do that, kudos to you. If you don't, that's great. Like, don't feel like you have to make yourself supremely uncomfortable for this assignment. That's why there are both the audio and video options. And in addition to picking a format that's comfortable to you, make sure that when you're doing your recording, you play to your strengths. If you're funny, use humor. You can't see my finger there. If you're funny, you can use humor. If you're musically talented, you can sing, you can play an instrument, you can do something in that range. If you can, like, dance or do weird bendy things and can figure out a way to incorporate that into the assignment, kudos, and go for that. If you want to do weird bendy things for the assignment, awesome. If you just, like, whatever you're good at, whatever your strengths are, play to those. Don't think that you have to do a video because it's more cutting edge if you would feel more comfortable doing an audio recording. Do whatever will allow you to do your best work. That's why this is kind of a somewhat open medium assignment. And then, of course, before you start, number 2 is make sure you have a plan. So make sure you know what program you're going to use. Make sure you're familiar with that program. I'll give you recommendations for programs in class. I'll link you to tutorials for them so that if you're not familiar with them, you can get familiar with them. So make sure you have your program. Make sure you have the material you're going to present ready so that you're not talking off the top of your head, which 9 out of 10 times does not end up very well. Make sure if you're going to do like a voiceover with images, make sure you have the images you need. Make sure you have any background music you're using. So before you start, obviously make sure you have like all the materials you need so you don't get halfway into your recording and then realize that you forgot to play the music or that you forgot a prop or something and now you have to do the whole thing over again. So just make it easy on yourself. And then number 3, make sure your workspace is good and clear, which obviously it doesn't have to be clean. If you could see my desk right now, you would see that it's ridiculously messy. So, but just make sure that there's nothing that you would knock over. Like if you gesture, you would not knock over a cup of water. Make sure there's not like a precarious stack of books that could fall on you at any moment. Make sure there's nothing that could ruin your technology or hurt you or distract you with loud noises. So just make sure that your workspace is hazard-free, which sounds weird, but you know, sometimes you spill water in your laptop and that's not fun. And then feeding into that, we have number 4, which is eliminate or minimize distractions. So turn off your phone. Unless you are in a situation where you're kind of waiting for a call, then put it on silent or something. If you live with people, politely ask them to leave you alone for a short amount of time. If you have a pet that is like constantly making noise or constantly bothering you, go put it away from you so that you can do your recording in peace. This is just an easier way to get through the thing without having to spend a bazillion years editing because your cat like crawled on your keyboard in the middle of it, or because your roommate decided to like start blasting music in the middle of it. But if you're in a situation where you like can't eliminate distractions, or where you can only kind of minimize them, then just be ready to edit those parts out, which, you know, that's the cool thing about technology. If someone texts you in the middle of your video and you pause for like 10 seconds to answer it, you can just cut that out, and no one will ever know that it happened. Also, if you can text someone back in 10 seconds, that's very fast, or it's a very short text. So, and then last but not least, be confident, which is hilarious coming from someone who has absolutely no confidence. But you know what? I'm really good at pretending that I do have confidence. So, if you are like me and you just have absolutely no confidence and you're like, I'm horrible at this, I can't, just pretend that you can. Pretend that you can do it. Tell yourself, like, I'm the champ, I'm the real MVP, I'm like the queen / king / supreme monarch, or whatever your preferred term of way of amping yourself up is. Like, you can do this, even if your confidence is fake, because you know what? I get up and I teach every 2 to 3 times a week with fake confidence, and I do it. It works. So, and also, even if you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you. You're all wonderful and talented and beautiful, and I'm super excited to see the projects that you make, and I really hope that this video was helpful. Of course, always contact me if you have questions, even if it's just, I need encouragement. I'm really good at encouragement. I would be happy to provide encouragement. So, best of luck on your assignment, and I'm super excited to see how they turn out.